A $40 toy drone with obstacle avoidance and hand control that works? This is the Snaptain SP300. Stay tuned. Taking a look at the packaging for this new Snaptain SP300, we have a wide variety of functions here, including infrared obstacle avoidance, throw and go, circle fly, high speed rotation. We have LEDs that flash, 360-degree flips. We have a speed switch, headless mode, one key takeoff and landing, and one key return. And as you can see in the picture here, we actually have this neat, innovative little glove controller that we can use to fly the quadcopter. And also, we have this little water drop shaped remote that has a one key takeoff and landing. Pretty innovative here, as well as a regular controller. Let's go ahead and unbox this. See what you get in the packaging here. Has a nice styrofoam container, so you have a warranty information here, so you can activate that. Loyalty program card they give you. And underneath of the lid, we have the remote controller, which is taped. So that's a nice way to package this. This thing's bigger than I thought it was going to be. Wow, pretty good size on this. Has some nice little bumpers. Feels pretty solid, actually. Well, there's a quadcopter. Let's see what else we get. We get an extra set of propellers, some extra spare screws, and the little on-off, one key takeoff and land, a little controller here. It has a little push button. Here's the little silicone little bracelet that you wear with a little finger, little fingers joystick here. And there's the power button there and a little charging port to keep the charge on the battery. And here's a little power button. Very innovative. Definitely looks like a fun little toy quadcopter. Here's all your charging cables. We have a charging cable for the handheld remote. We have a charging cable for the batteries, 2 of them. So we're going to get 2 batteries with this one. Okay, this is a 1-cell, 650 milliamp LiPo battery. Here's the controller for the quadcopter. You see we have some buttons on here. It's going to require some AAA batteries here in the back. See, we have the joystick has altitude hold. And the gimbals actually feel pretty decent for the small size of the controller. We have nice labeled buttons here. We have our LEDs. We have our return to home. We have our trim, 360-degree flips. We have our circle mode, headless mode, return to home, and then an on-off switch here with the LED. So, cool little remote control. Taking a look at the actual quadcopter here. This one does not have a camera, but it does have the LED lights on the ducts here. This is a nice little fun flyer. And because of the ducted props, we'll be able to fly this indoors. And this one actually has infrared obstacle avoidance. So you can see there's a little sensor right here for the infrared. There's one here. Basically every single side has an obstacle avoidance little infrared laser here. Very, very interesting. Not seen this before on other toy grade quadcopters. And then you're greeted with one more LiPo battery here in the bottom. That just pulls out very easily. You see there's a power button right here on the top. And here's the arrows basically letting you know the front of the quadcopter, since it looks the exact same. They give you these little arrows so you know that this is the actual front of the quadcopter. We have the black propellers in the back, blue in the front for orientation. Also have these little nice rubber little feet on the bottom. Kind of like what we saw on the other small little toy Snaptain review I did. Check that video out right here. That was a really, really nice drone. It flew great, and the size of it was a real fun flyer. So this one has those nice feet as well. Here's everything you get in the box. We'll go ahead and charge up these batteries, and we'll go ahead and give it some test flights. Okay, you're going to have to do a indoor test. As you can see outside, the weather is not that great. The wind is kicking, and we've got some rain out there. So we're going to go ahead and do an indoor flight of this little Snaptain SP300. So we're going to fly it with the controller first. So go ahead and push and hold it. Ooh, got some LEDs. Nice and bright there, flashing. Now we're going to turn on the controller. Flashing rapidly. Now in order to bind the controller with the quadcopter, you're just going to throttle up, throttle down, and boom, LEDs go solid, indicating that we are properly bound to this controller. So let's go ahead and calibrate the accelerometer by holding them down to the corners. Okay, it's calibrated. Now on the quadcopter, we're going to go ahead and take the sticks. Okay, the blades are spinning. We'll go ahead and take off. Woo, yeah. Okay, looks incredibly stable. Incredibly stable, actually. Might be able to trim it a little bit. So in order to trim it, we're going to push down. Actually, it looks pretty stable right there. You push the trim button. Okay, there we go. Got it trimming. Wow, altitude holds very nice. Let's go and do a yaw spin test. Now this is in level 1 speed, so this is level 3. Okay, a little level 3 is really pretty nice. Look at yaw. Oh wow, yaw is really quick. Let's go to, that's level 1. Yaw. Let's do level 2. You get 2 beeps. There's the yaw, a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive on the attitude there. And then obviously we have the level 3. So let's go ahead and try the infrared obstacle avoidance. So we're going to push on the right joystick. Okay, now we have the infrared obstacle avoidance turned on. So what it's going to do is, as you can see, it's going to fly away from any obstacles. Wow, look at that. I'm not even controlling it, guys. Look at this. It's basically flying itself. Okay, so had a little bit of a little crash there, nothing major. Look at this thing. Look at that. That's pretty neat, to be honest with you. It's got obstacle avoidance infrared, so it's basically flying itself. Look at that. It flies in the opposite direction that it detects an obstacle. So once it sees the obstacle, it flies the opposite direction. Very, very intuitive. I definitely like this feature. All right, to turn it off, just push the joystick again. And now the infrared obstacle avoidance is turned off. Very nice. Let's go ahead and do the return to home test real quick. Okay, go ahead and push this right here, return to home. Get it over. Got a little bit of drift to the left, so let me trim that out. A little bit of drift to the left there. All right, let's try the return to home. Okay, that must be headless mode. Okay, so headless mode is working just fine. No matter what direction a quadcopter is facing, it will come back is back, forward is forward. Now, what I really like about this one is it's not beeping. It's not giving that annoying beep. It's just giving you the LEDs that are flashing. So very nice. I think they've been listening to a lot of the reviewers, because we don't want to hear that beeping when we're in headless mode. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take it back out of headless mode here. Now we're in regular mode, where if we do spin the quadcopter, it's easier to lose orientation. So the front is the front, and if you turn the quadcopter, the directions change with the front. So that's the difference. Now let's go ahead and try the return to home. Let me go forward a little bit. I love the LEDs. Okay, it is working. Whoop, it is working. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so we're back in headless mode again. Very impressed. The return to home did come back in the direction it took off, so that was good. Let's try that one more time. Okay. That was fun. This thing's a lot of fun to fly, even in the house. Let me go ahead and calibrate it again. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's try the circle me mode. So there's a circle mode. Let's go ahead and take off. All right, got a nice steady. The altitude holds very nice. Let's try the circle mode. So if you push it once, I believe it just yaws. Yep. So it's doing a yaw spin. Whoa! Look at that. Push it again to make it stop. And it does actually come back the same. It stops the same way it oriented. So let's try that again. So watch this. Just push it. It does a crazy yaw maneuver. It looks awesome with the LEDs. Wow, that's cool, guys. All right, push it again. And it stops it and actually brings it right back to the same orientation. So very cool. Definitely like that feature. All right, now let's try the circle fly. I'm a little nervous about this in the house, but we're going to push and hold, and it's going to do like basically like a little circle. Okay, let's go ahead and try it. Okay, there it goes, a little circle there, and it's just going to keep on going around. That's pretty neat. Look at that, though. I mean, it's staying in the same circular pattern. I mean, I'm not even controlling it. Look. So that's working really well. So in order to stop it, hitting the joysticks will stop it, the right joystick, or you can just push the button again. Okay, excellent. So everything has worked so far. Everything is working really good. This is a really fun little toy drone here. Let's try some 360-degree flips. So we're going to push the flip button. Oh yeah, we're going to push the joystick, the right joystick, the direction we want to flip. And it does a little LED flash, which is really cool to let you know that it's getting ready to flip. Okay. Wow, guys, this is a lot of fun. And you would think because it's a little bit bigger that it wouldn't be, you know, as suitable to fly indoors. Quite the opposite. I'm in speed level 3 now. It flies really nice indoors. Very nice. Let's go ahead and do the spin in level 3. Okay, we're getting a flashing now. So I'm guessing that this battery is just about done. So when we get the LEDs flashing, that means we need to go ahead and land the craft. So let's push and hold the left joystick. It will do a go ahead and land. Go ahead and pop another battery in, and we'll test the other remotes out. We got another battery in. We're going to go ahead and fly this with the teardrop shape remote. So in order to go ahead and fly it with just the remote, you want to make sure that the wrist controller, the G-Watch is turned off, and the controller's turned off. So you're going to go ahead and push and hold on the power button to turn on the drone. The LEDs are going to start flashing. Now, push this button one time. That basically calibrated the drone, okay? Now, this is basically going to use the infrared sensors to fly. This little remote is just going to cause it to take off and land. With your hand underneath of the drone, we're going to gently toss it in the air, and it should go ahead and take off. There it goes. Now it's doing a spin to detect the obstacles around with the sensor. Okay, now it's got the sensors. See that? That's how you control it. Put your hand behind it to make it descend. Now once it gets to a certain height, it will descend on its own. And you can kind of walk with it. Go underneath of it, it goes up higher. Okay, so we go ahead and just push this button to make it land. So if you put your hand underneath of it, it's going to climb and raise altitude. So you just need to be careful that you don't go too high with it. So in order to use a little teardrop remote, basically you just put your hands around the sensors. Now we're going to go ahead and fly this quadcopter with the G sensor watch. You need to put your thumb through here and go ahead and tighten this up so it's all the way tight, just like that, so that this little box is on the top of your hand. That's about good. Then you're going to take this little button here, this one little button, put this on your index finger, and you're going to use your thumb to push the button. Now this button is actually going to cause it to take off and land. Put this on your finger, then you're going to make a fist so that your thumb can push this button. You want this to be completely flat when you make a fist. Okay? Now, in order to pair this, you're going to turn on the quadcopter, push and hold the button. Okay? Let's go ahead and calibrate it. Push the button once on the drone. Okay, that did the calibration. Now, We're going to push the power button on the G sensor watch. Okay, you see we have a little flashing light there. Now this is very important. You want to push this button, but keep this flat with the ground. Okay, it's going to take off. And if you move your wrist forward, it moves forward. If you move leftward, it moves left. Right is right. You see that? So it actually moves with your little watch here. So very cool. I'm controlling it with only the movement of the watch. That's pretty cool. If you wish to yaw, you're going to push in and hold on the button and then move the joystick and it will yaw. See that? Push the power button on the remote to land it. Okay, let's go ahead and take off again. All I'm doing is pushing that little button right here one time to make it take off. Now, if you want the drone to gain altitude, to go higher, you're going to push and hold on this button and arch your wrist back. See that? And same thing with yaw. Push and hold and twist your wrist. There you go. That gets it to yaw there. Now, if you want to descend, you want the drone to come down, you're going to push and hold on this button and move your wrist forward. See that? So forward, holding the button, goes down. Backward, holding the button, and it goes up. Okay? So this is all controlled with this watch. No matter which way I turn my wrist will determine how it's going to go. Now, if you want to do some flips, you can do that as well. So you're going to push the button once, and the LEDs will flash. And move your wrist in the direction you want it to flip. Very cool. Look at that. And it's working flawlessly, guys. So this is some really cool technology here for this toy. And for the price of this thing, I'm impressed. All right, let's go ahead and gain some altitude. Push and hold a button. Wrist up. See that? So you can do 360-degree flips with this little G sensor watch. You can control the drone front, back, left, right. You can also activate the infrared on the drone by pushing this button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the infrared has activated. So now it's flying only using the infrared. See that? And it is working. It's flying itself with the infrared. Okay, we're getting a flashing on the drone battery here. Let's go ahead and land it. Push this button once. Will cause the drone to land. Alright, what are my final thoughts, the things I like, the things I don't like about this new Snaptain SP300? I would say the best thing I like about it is the size. It's not the traditional size of most of your Whoop ducted style toy drones. It's a little bit bigger and it's a lot of fun to fly. I love the LEDs on it. They're super bright, and I love that they actually serve multiple purposes in letting you know the status of the quadcopter. And I love that it has the infrared obstacle avoidance. Even though it's not perfect, it works good enough to where you can advertise that it does have it, and it's really fun. It pretty much can fly itself just about. And that says a lot for a toy-grade quadcopter. I really do love the G sensor watch. It's a lot of fun. It's actually really accurate as far as my movements when I was moving my wrist. I love the little button, how it serves as double functions. I like that it comes with a remote control. And I really, really like the color, obviously. Blue is definitely one of my favorite colors, if you didn't know already. Now, let me give some of the things that I don't like about it. I'm not too fond of the teardrop style remote. While, yes, it did work as far as making the quadcopter take flight and land, other than that, it really doesn't serve that great of a purpose. So I'm not too fond of the little teardrop remote. Another thing that I don't like about the quadcopter is the flight time. I wish it was a little bit longer. I have so much fun flying it, I just wish it had a little bit more flight time. But I know because of the size of it, it's a little bit bigger quadcopter. Probably that's the reason that it doesn't get the super long flight times like some of the other drones they have. But you know, other than that, there really isn't too many other things that I don't like about it. All of the functions worked exactly the way that they were supposed to. The G sensor watch, all of the controls for the remote control work great. I love the fact that the yaw rate actually picks up when you change different rate levels of speed. So I would definitely highly recommend this drone to you guys. Link will be down in the video description, so make sure you check it out. Actually, a nice fun flyer for the kids. Great for a nice present or a gift. And, you know, I am really, really impressed with the innovation that Snaptain has put into this toy quadcopter. This just only means that more great things are going to come. The fact that we're having toy-grade quadcopters with infrared obstacle avoidance and G-sensor type watches that we can fly with our hand. I mean, that for this price point and the technology, and it actually works decently, says a lot about the company. So I definitely highly recommend them. So make sure you check out the Snaptain SP300. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. More toy-grade quadcopter reviews to come on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. eDrone, out.